So welcome back, guys. I appreciate you guys being patient. Tell you what, probably don't really need to see me any longer. We'll get my ugly mug out of the way. That way you guys can get a full view of Pro Tools. So check it out. We got the stem files into Pro Tools, and this is the original artist. So again, the artist is Drop City Yacht Club. And again, I have no idea what we're about to hear. So if you don't mind, I want to get a quick earful on this to see what this actually sounds like. First of all, let me just tab up to the beginning of the song. What I'm going to use here is this feature right up top here. It looks like a little small arrow pointing to a small waveform. When this is engaged, it's called tab to transient. It's going to tab up to drum transients or any kind of transient it sees. So it'll tab me up at the beginning of the song so we can get a quick listen on what this song sounds like. I have no idea whether we're going to use this or not. Yeah, somebody asked me not to forget to record now that we have sound. I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch. I've got that already started, so hopefully no issues there. So let's take a quick listen and see what the song sounds like. Again, I may decide that I don't like this, so let's take a quick run. I'm in the same hotel where the Eagles landed. I'm right next door to the thieves and bandits. Knee deep in the streets where the trees were planted. When hate meant peace, now the peace is brandished. Yeah, this is for the mamas and the papas. I made it. Got to put my star on the pavement. But wear your shades cause the sun's always blazing. There's too many bridges to burn here. Amen. So I ain't 10, try to ride the wave in. Dark age chain, bright fire in the cave in. Message in the bottle. Sent from outer space, build a castle in the sand, that's a sure thing, hey. They told me that life's a bitch, but man, it's a beach for me, you need to switch. A Cali kid, no matter where I is, Golden Gates till I'm standing at the pearlies, you heard me? All right, cool, hip-hop track. Now this is going to be kind of an uphill battle for me, so if I was wanting to do more of a dance track, it's going to be hard to take a hip hop track and turn it into a dance track without really doing some destructive processes to these files. So I probably would pick something else, but that's just for me. If you're into hip hop and you want to do a hip hop remix, that's totally fine. What I want to do for today is probably just show you guys what it is that we need to get done and accomplish today. So what I want to do is actually hide all tracks except for the drums. Notice if I solo out the tracks like I have here, we're dealing with just the vocals. So I'm standing at the pearlies, you heard me? I've been dreaming of a place to go. So that lets you know right away that we have the individual stems. If I want to listen to just their bass, well, here's their bass line. Uh-oh, you guys hearing that? I got static again. That's a bad sign. That means I've got a drop in Pro Tools audio again. Let me try this. I don't think this is going to work for me. Let's save my session. I'm going to quit Pro Tools and try to relaunch Pro Tools. In the past, to get this to work, I had to reboot my entire machine, but we're not going to do that to you guys today. Not that we haven't already done it twice. Again, I apologize for these errors. It's simply out of my control. Pro Tools was playing along just fine, and then all of a sudden a drop. Typically, when I'm running Pro Tools, I don't have multiple applications wide open like this running, and that's going to help out because if you're in production and music, you really don't need to have YouTube running off to the side and things like that. Let's take a look here. And we have static. Okay, so what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to hit return. It'll bring me back to the beginning of my session. And let's show you what it was we needed to accomplish. If I had soloed out the drums, I was going to go and hide all tracks except for the drums. We'll tab up to the actual beginning of the drum performance. You can see it's here. What I was going to do is I was going to play my click track along with the drums. And what this is going to do is going to let you hear that the actual session's timing is not in sync with the actual timing of the performance. In fact, if you hit return and go back to the beginning, you can see the default session tempo is 120 beats per minute. Again, if you don't see this in your session, you'll need to go back and make sure the tempo is checked off so you can see that in your ruler view.
So we know the tempo is wrong, and if I were to play a click track with my drum soloed, auditorily you would hear immediately that the grid is not locking up with Pro Tools, and that's not going to be a good thing. So what we're going to do to actually change the grid is just go up top here, and we're going to control click where you see this little red icon, and set it for the correct tempo, which is 89 beats per minute. Cool. Now with that said, if I tab up to the beginning of the drum performance again, we should see all the drums line up. And what do you know? They're slightly off. They're slightly off, which lets me know that either this song has some swing to it or there's a little bit of delay at the beginning of this session. What you would actually need to do would be to line up that first hit with this first downbeat of 8. So what I would actually do is open up all the files and get rid of anything before that. Well, you're not going to be able to get rid of everything before that because there's a lot of materials that are happening for the downbeat. For instance, you've got all the guitar parts here. You've got pianos that are playing. So you're basically going to have to nudge these parts back to make sure the grid lines up. Now, aside from that, you're going to want to set up markers that will identify different parts of the song, which we're going to have to refer to and wait till our next session, because what I want to do right now is actually get to some of your questions, because I know that some of us are going to have questions. I apologize for having the audio issues today. I'm going to have to obviously do some more testing and figure out, I think that third application I've got running is going to have to go away, because this was actually what I was going to use my screen record. I'm going to quit Maestro, and I'm going to see if we still have audio. Mic check 1 2. Good, you guys still hear me, so I know I'm still getting 48 volt phantom power. Let's quit screen record light. See if that helps. Let's quit out of audio MIDI setup. I'm actually going to quit out of Pro Tools again. Yeah, I can show you guys changing the audio inside of Pro Tools. I don't think that's going to be our answer, but I'll try that here shortly. I can show you that it's already set up to be the correct audio input and output. I think it's just multiple applications running at once. You guys are probably going to have a lot newer machines than I have as well. If we go take a look at my Mac, I'm running off a slightly older machine, and memory might be an issue as well. I'm 4 gigs of memory. Not sure what you guys are stocked with. I believe you guys have 8 gigs, but I could be wrong. So slightly older machine, 2.44 gigahertz Intel machine. Let's see if this actually fixes our issue here with our audio. Yeah, you guys have 8 gigs. So it might actually just be some of my memory as well. Let's take a look. Let's see if we got some sound. Still static on my end. Okay, not sure which one's interfering. It could be the screen record process I have going on in GoTo Training as well. But that's the only way we're going to have that archive. So I tell you what, since I can't actually hear any audio, we did actually get to show you how to get the files into Pro Tools and how to actually get the tempo set up. I would have liked to have given you an auditory example of the tempo being locked inside of Pro Tools, but unfortunately with the audio issues here, if we take a look underneath setups, Playback Engine, this is where you would go to assign the Playback Engine. Let's try this. Let me set it for built-in output, which is going to make Pro Tools restart. And then we kick it back over to the duet again once we've got this, and let's see if it re-picks up my duet. So of course this is going to give me playback, but it's going to give me playback out of the front of my Mac. Not really what I want for you guys. So if we show this, cool. So we have audio playback there. Let's go back and try Playback Engine, duet USB. Maybe this might be our fix. Let's try it out. And I still got static on my end. All right, cool. Not a big deal. The only thing we really didn't get to show off today was giving you the auditory example of the actual grid in Pro Tools being lined up. And obviously that's not a huge issue. The only other thing I want to show you is actually creating markers, but we're going to save that for next week. Let me go ahead and open up for questions and see if you guys have any questions so far. Any questions so far about anything we've covered today? Comment here is a bit of an ordeal upgrading to Pro Tools 11, so I'm going to have a problem reinstalling Pro Tools 10. Oh, you're asking, am I going to have a problem? I don't believe so. I don't think so. In fact, I'm being told that Pro Tools 10 and 11 can actually run simultaneously side by side. When I say simultaneously, I don't mean having them both open at the same time. I actually mean that you can have them both installed on the same machine and launch them one at a time, and it shouldn't be an issue. Pro Tools 11 was a complete rewrite from the ground up. They've been working on it for 6 years now. So having them on the same machine is not an issue. You don't ever need to have both Pro Tools 10 and 11 open at the same time, but you can actually run both Pro Tools 10 and 11 on your same machine. So it shouldn't be an issue there. Yeah, Brian's confirming that he did, and then he's running both. Several people are confirming that. Yeah, just download Pro Tools 10, and in fact, make sure you get to the latest update, 10.3.6. There is a 10.3.7. You're more than welcome to try that out. Maybe that's what I need to do right now. Maybe that would solve my audio issues. In fact, I'm going to try that as soon as we're done this evening, just because I need to have whatever's going to work for us to pull this off. Someone's saying they never got their upgrade from Avid. You can try contacting FSO support, but unfortunately, I have no control over who gets Pro Tools 11 versus who doesn't. It has to do with your start date here at school. So if you started and then maybe you took a leave of absence and you're just now returning back to Full Sail, that could be your reason for not actually having the the update to Pro Tools 11. Someone's mentioning 10.3.5. That's fine, but there is a 10.3.6 and a 10.3.7. I'm currently running 10.3.6. This is the first issue I've run into with 10.3.6, and I'm going to upgrade tonight to 10.3.7. Hopefully that'll fix it. Cool. How about any other questions for the course? We've got a couple minutes left. I don't mind staying open here for a little bit longer if you guys have other questions. Any other questions for the course? Hey, by the way, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and even with the difficulties and having to log out and log back on, I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Well, I tell you what, guys, it doesn't seem like there's really any more questions. If you guys don't have any more questions, let's see, could an online student stop to see you? Oh, yeah, you're asking if an online student can stop by the campus to see us? Absolutely, yeah, set up an appointment. We're not always in the office. We work off campus as well as on campus. So obviously, in the environment that you guys see me in right now, I'm off campus, and this is the way it's easiest to facilitate these go-to training sessions. On campus, it's basically all a cubicle environment, and so if we had all of us sitting there yelling at our computer screens, it wouldn't really make for a really good lesson experience for you guys. So whenever we run lessons, we're going to be off-site. So yeah, absolutely. If you're on campus, try to set up an appointment with me, though, because, again, I may or may not be in the office. And if you're already here in Florida and in Winter Park and want to set up time to come hang out with me, by all means, I absolutely love seeing my students and hanging out and seeing what you guys are into and getting to really chat with you and know what you guys are all about. Question is concerning, are you going to have an option to get certified by Avid and Pro Tools? Online students do not have that option. On-campus students do have an option to get certified. By the way, all of us are certified. I've been certified since version 6, since they started the certification program. So everyone who's going to be teaching you guys and instructing you, I've got 16 years experience with Pro Tools. So it's been my main go-to axe for a long time. You can call me pretty much a Pro Tools guru. I've been at this for quite a while. So unfortunately, you guys don't have the availability to get certified, and that's simply because they don't provide you with the certification materials, and you guys don't have the same exact course that's rolled out to you that would include all of the certification. It's just way too much information for us to pack in the certification plus teaching you guys the lessons that we have, and it's simply just not feasible. Most of our online students have full-time jobs as well as families, and whereas our campus students are here on campus and they've dedicated themselves to uprooting themselves from their families and being here in Florida. So unfortunately, you don't have that availability to get certified. You would actually have to be enrolled on campus. Good questions, though. Good questions. Do I have any mixes up? Yeah, I showed some at the beginning of class. It was a piece I did by DJ Icy. It was released a little over a year ago. I had some of my DJ mixes up on my SoundCloud, but I pulled them all down. And SoundCloud was kind of giving me some issues with sharing some of those files because they have a new protocol that goes through and analyzes the files for copyrighted information. I think I sorted it out. I think I just have to set my account settings to private, and it should solve that. But I just haven't. I've been so busy with my own productions and with school responsibilities. I actually haven't uploaded any mixes for quite a while. No, certification is not slated to be added for anything in the future. Sorry, apologize. So online students do not have availability to certification. Of course, you can always go get yourself certified. You can find a certification location and choose to opt to do that on your own, but it is not currently and not in the foreseeable future will not be offered to online students. Yeah, my SoundCloud page, again, there's really nothing up there. Here, I'll give you my About Me, which will give you a little bit more information. So it'll give you a link that kind of just gives you my bio and things like that. Uh, I'll try to get some of that information up and onto SoundCloud for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are probably interested to see what we're into. But if you just navigate down to the bottom, it has all the links to all my different pages. I believe SoundCloud's included. Yeah, my SoundCloud's there as well. So that'll give you the link to my SoundCloud page. Again, I don't think I have any mixes up. I'd have to take a look. It's been a while. I haven't been utilizing SoundCloud to my ability. Yeah, I've taken everything down. So unfortunately, there's nothing there for you. In the past, I had several mixes up there, and I was trying to update it with brand new stuff, and I just haven't done it recently. I apologize. Well, listen, guys, this has been a really great session. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I apologize for our audio glitches. I'm going to have to find some other methods here to make sure that doesn't happen for future events because we've got a lot of information coming at you guys. Today was really simple. I didn't actually really totally have to have audio, but of course, obviously, it's a lot more fun if we can play along and listen to the audio. So we'll have this all ready for you guys next week. And thanks for coming and attending tonight. You guys have a great night. If you have any other future questions that you didn't want to actually post here in this environment, that's fine. Hit me up on iChat. I'm on iChat almost every single day. It's Audio Visionary at me. I'll go ahead and type that out for you guys. So that is my iChat. Go ahead and utilize that, and I'll see you guys up on iChat. And remember, we have another session like this for next Monday. I'll have all of our audio issues sorted out. Even if I have to figure out some other way to chain multiple computers together, I'm going to get this to work. So see you guys next week. Thanks for coming out. I look forward to seeing you guys' work that you guys will submit this coming Sunday. So get prepared and hang tight. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Good night.